What's up, you guys? It's Amilli, Mr. Bad Things, Mr. Millie Rock a Bitch on any block. In this episode, we're going to be discussing topics relating to critical STDs and our personal testimonies and experiences with individuals affected by them. Before I continue with my amazing speech, I just want to clarify we here on Kvnt Radio mean no ill intention. That means everything stated, opinionated, or fact-based should be taken lightly. This subject is very serious and very real, and if this is too much, please feel free to tune into the next episode or watch our previous episodes where we dive into more surface-level topics. Thank you so much for the support. We love each and every one of you to the moon and back. For corporations and helplines in relevance to this topic, please take a quick look in the description box below and know if you or a loved one is experiencing this, you are not alone. And now, without further ado, let's get into what the fuck you came here for.
Hey, dollies, divas, and dope dudes alike. Welcome to Kvnt Radio, where we talk dicks, dolls, dollars, divas, and daddies. Basically, all things Kvnt. The only podcast on SoundCloud that serves to you raw, rare, and most importantly, real. Okay. How about fucking real? I'm Claire Mach, aka Mother Kvnt, and this is my baddie motherfucking bestie, Brooklyn, the infamous diva.
Hello.
Bestie, go ahead.
Oh, this is just for the girls, not to try to sue us or, copyright or anything else. We are here on Kvnt Radio, mean no ill will or intent to anyone or anything mentioned. Anything stated is alleged unless proven otherwise. We absolutely do not condone any bullying. Kvnt Radio is neutral, unbiased space where we keep it real, raw, and unfiltered. If you feel hit, cry. Because, bitch, I'm talking about blunt, so I'm going to be real tonight. What's up?
And judging by some of these girls' experiences, honey, there's going to be some whiny niggas after this episode, girl.
There always is.
All this chatting about who cup a little bitch up in that. Post the pics and I watch all my favorite niggas spin back. It ain't tricking if you got it, pussy niggas spin that. I hold grudges and I'm always gonna get my lick back. All this chatting about who cup a little bitch up in that. Post the pics and I watch all my favorite niggas spin back. It ain't tricking if you got it, pussy niggas spin that. I hold grudges and I'm always gonna get my lick back. I'm a bad bitch, so content.
And girl, this is like Tia Kemp. Like, she is like the closest to Tia Kemp you will ever get. Even more Tia Kemp than the Tia Kemp. We got Majestic.
Hey y'all, I'm just stepping through like the door radio. Just come sit down, no shade, take your shoes off, make sure your feet ain't got yellow crust at the bottom of it, and grab y'all glasses.
Girl, she know a lot about that.
And like, girl, thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
being like the beacon of education in a world of ignorance. Like, you really are the light that shows. There's more to this, you know?
Thank you to overall. I've been saying it. I've been mother. Ask the girl next to me.
Wait,
Girl,
I don't know this lady. I'm sorry, this is my first time hearing her.
Wait, hypothetically, girl, knock on wood, the results you got tested and you get the positive test that you have, insert severe disease here, whether it be HSV2, whether it be HIV, whether it be AIDS. What would you do in that situation?
I'm scared of that, to like ever have that. I'm not really educated on it, so I'm even more worried about it. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I would never have sex again. I don't give a fuck. My sex drive, that would really disgust me. Like, I wouldn't want to have sex with nobody again. I would be very, very in a deep depression, deep hole that I feel like I would never be able to bury myself out of. Like, I would hate myself so bad. Like for not being, smart enough to like condom up. No, I would not want to be on the surface.
I've heard sometimes I would kill myself, or I would do this, I would do that. It doesn't really have any positive connotation. They kind of dehumanize themselves.
Stigma around it based upon like the LGBTQIA+, right? I would think life would just go on. There's other problems up in the world. People are dying. Schools are getting shot up. Everything. So like me getting something that I could have potentially avoided, because there is PrEP out there. There's condoms. There's all different ways. But you can't catch AIDS, but you can catch HIV, and it can turn to AIDS if you don't take care of the HIV properly. I was to wake up with, let's say, God forbid, knock on wood, life just goes on. People are dying. People are getting sick. It's COVID. It's monkeypox. Come on. And that's an appearance thing. Yeah. So it's like other things are killing people more than HIV and AIDS and HSV2 and HSV1.
My life is over. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to do this. It automatically dehumanized all the shame around it. Kind of was under the impression, like before meeting Majestic and everybody else, once you get that, you're not a human anymore. You can't do normal life experiences. People that you know, girl, you can't be around them. Like, it was almost like you were essentially not a human anymore, you are a disease. Why is that kind of the thing that's pushed?
Once again, it's the stigma around it, especially in America. It's already a big thing being young and black. So imagine a young black gay. Oh, gay people bringing it in. AIDS the whole time. If you look at the statistics, it's more found up in women now. Not saying that like women are like bringing it, but they are dealing with men that are dealing with gay people. Yes, true. Don't get me wrong. It's all about how society brings you up. Just like how society norms is, girls only supposed to do pink and boys supposed to be blue. But now things are changing and the tables are turning, that boys are starting to like pink and still be straight. So it's really just about how society put it up, like embedded up in people's minds, like, oh no, AIDS, you can't go on. And when there's some actors and actresses that have HIV. and still is living these great, wonderful extravaganza lives.
I feel like HIV doesn't have an appearance, but for me, knowing like myself, and I don't know, like I would be really sad. How can I let something like this happen to like get like it can get as bad? And I don't want to sound like rude. Really can be like a walking zombie if you have AIDS. For people to make jokes about that, like damn, we don't even have like older generation of gays no more because the HIV and the AIDS wiped them out in the 90s. Like, and that shit was like, if you had HIV, shit is an automatic death sentence. Like, I
When
don't
we talk
know.
about these actors and these actresses, a lot of people are saying, yeah, I have this. There's a lot of situations like this Gucci situation where a lot of people, because of that stigma and that shame, where it's like, oh, I'm not going to tell anyone because I don't want my view changed.
It's not the same thing with chlamydia, gonorrhea, trick. You can get cured with them. But since HIV and stuff, this whole thing put into our mind that, oh, HIV, you can die from HIV the whole time. You can't. Right. So I feel like people are scared into a hole and not wanting to tell that they have it. Just like you brought up the whole Gucci situation. Gucci, you knew that you should have told them girls that you had HSV1, even if it's just one. It doesn't matter. It's the principle of disclosing a status with these girls. Not only are you having sex with these girls, but you are recording it and then posting it on social media.
Exactly.
And I think it's okay
to play like kind of devil's advocate. If you're about to go down on a man, right, and you start examining his penis and you see a wart towards the tip on top of the shaft, why would you still feel comfortable with sucking it? And then he's using the excuse that he just shaved. No. You can see herpes, HSV1, 2. You can see both of them, especially if it's an outbreak. So why not question it furthermore? And so now you're sitting on social media crying about it, which I get. I understand the hurt. I get it that you just got gagged, but it's nobody's fault but yourself. And you can't blame nobody but yourself because there's different ways to avoid STD. You got condoms, PrEP. I think it's another Doxy something. You have all these different things that you can take to avoid these STDs, but you did it instead. You was eating that motherfucker up on a camera.
on camera. And mind you, like, I did see it on Twitter. You can see, like, it was big. And those small scar, it was as big as my eyes.
And that's big.
And those are some big shits, okay? Girl, do you not see this? Like, you're not gonna ask what's going on. But you know the man is sexy. He be online talking about how he be fucking all these women. And, like, they think it's a joke and they dead ass be serious.
I really think that it's this ignorance with these, especially with, I'm going to say it, straight women, a lot of the times, straight people in general, but they kind of have this huge ignorance. And I feel like that's the reason why there's a big rise with it being black women, especially. Oh, it'll never be, a lot of us have this mindset where it's like, oh, it'll never be my partner. It'll never be the straight guy. Oh, because he's a content creator, that automatically means that he's going to have his health together. Ample times have you seen stories of with straight and gay people. Gay people are not exempt. See so many stories about how, oh, I caught this on set of my job at porn. The gay idea that gay people are just all whores and we're just all easy and that's how everybody's just getting it, right? It be those same quote unquote straight men that y'all think just openly or proudly saying, oh, I'm sleeping with this girl, I'm sleeping with this girl, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that. And y'all come to these men with that ignorance thinking like, oh, that'll never happen to me. Oh, he's a straight guy. He'll never, only if he sleeps with a guy, that's the only way he'll get AIDS, right? Or HIV or HSV, whatever the fuck. Oh, girl, if I mess with him, girl, nothing's gonna happen to me. And I'm not knocking her, but these crocodile tears expecting us to feel bad for you when you came into this with this exact mindset of that would never be you. You know, everybody loves to say it would never be me, but what are you doing to actually ensure that it's never gonna be you? You could have very much easily made that man that hooks up with everybody, wear a condom.
Real porn star is not Twitter star. Twitter porn and porn star are two different. Twitter porn is like homemade, basically. They don't have to be safe. They don't have to show you like the HIV shit, but like porn, I feel like it never happens on set because they're professionals, first of all, always get tested before.
And
so
it's acting, and if it is something where it's like a case, the only cases where it's like, oh my God, they have occasional slip-ups, nothing's perfect, but should have known, no matter what profession, especially the profession that you're going in where you're meeting these guys and you're hooking up on camera for your little quotas or whatever, life is still life. It doesn't stop. It doesn't go on pause. Situations don't leave you exempt because you do it on camera. You get paid for it.
Okay, let's say, right, if it's a person that's allergic to condoms, right? Like not even condoms, but latex itself. Because there are people that are allergic to latex. If you are someone that's allergic to latex, it's so many other things out there for you to do and take to prevent catching an STI or an STD. Take care of yourself. That's really it. Like, this is your body. This is your temple. Take care of it.
like your body's a temple. Like you just can't let anybody like enter it. Like you don't feel safe with.
Honey, you don't know. You know yourself, but you don't know anybody else. You don't know your partner that well. I don't care if y'all married, y'all known each other forever. Anybody could creep. Anybody can creep. There is no rule. Baby, you was not over that nigga. And you could be over that nigga and that nigga can still say, fuck you and I'm a creep. Anybody can creep. At any time. The only thing that you can do is keep yourself safe and keep yourself tested. If that is your partner and you love them and you respect yourself and you have health for yourself, you would go and that person would love you enough to go get tested with them. If they're not cheating, whatever, that's someone's word. But somebody could easily be loyal to you, pretend like they're loyal to you the whole time, and all it takes that one incident, that one slip up, and now you sitting somewhere crying and trying to kill yourself because, honey, you got gagged.
Because a good friend told me this, right? You go get tested after you fuck them. Always have up in your mind, HIV probably don't show up in your system until 3 months after you contracted it. Now, once again, I didn't say that it's gonna take 3 months. It could take up to. So it don't take up to 3 months for everyone. So always remember, always use protection. And if you are allergic to latex, contact your primary care provider for other ways to avoid catching them type of diseases. But life goes on. Don't forget that.
Big thing about people that have it, they automatically were just dirty, or they're not human anymore. They're just freakish monsters, right?
Mhm.
So, and 9 that's not the case. I know so many people that are the sweetest people with it. Do you think that somebody should immediately, whether it's a friend, whether it's whatever, say I was, knock on wood, if I was contaminated, should I tell you immediately upon meeting me, and I should just throw it out you and be like, oh yeah, just so you know I'm positive? Or should that just be something like you just keep to yourself unless it's necessary?
Like trans women feel like if you do not get sexual, you don't have to tell them nothing. No shade. Like I feel like you can keep that because what happens if you talking to them and they just not for you and you're like you told them for no. I feel like transitioning like kind of like or something that like I'm diabetic, so I will only tell somebody that I'm diabetic if I'm like really seeing myself going far with them, like saying my status. Tell them and they just like leave. Like when I do say this, you don't be like ew. You'll have a heart. We had conversation.
Say it when it applies. If you're about to hook up with a guy, 9% I would say, hey, just so you know, I got a surprise down there. Or, hey, just so you know, girl, before we go to Sugarland and Sugar Factory, girl, I can't have too much because I got talk before when it applies. I don't think that you should walk up to everybody and be like, oh, just so you know, honey, I got it, baby.
Yeah, no. If you're not having a sexual relationship with someone, I feel like that it shouldn't be their business. Now, telling someone that you're a diabetic versus telling someone that you have HIV would be two different types of scenarios. A diabetic should tell their friends that they're in person, like, oh, just make sure, like, I have my EpiPen up in my backpack just in case something happened. Because what if one day, God forbid, come wood, you go into a diabetic coma or a shock or anything, and then all they have to do is just go up in your backpack and grab your pen and then shoot it up in your thigh or something, right? Then it's like, damn, I could have saved my friend. But if it's HIV undetected, because you wouldn't tell someone that you're positive for HIV, because HIV positive and undetectable are two different things. Yes, you can be positive, but positive still means that you have a viral load up in your system. You can be HIV undetectable, which means that it's in your system, but you can't pass it along to people. As long as you're HIV undetectable, I would say still tell someone that way, that if something does happen, have had scenarios where people have walked inside of somebody's bathroom, kitchen or something, and has seen a CVS pharmacy bag like that person on that one app, Graylin Hollywood, how Hollywood found out that Graylin had HIV because he found his pill bottle.
Oh.
They was already making content and stuff on social media. Graylin was always taking his medicine and stuff. Hollywood never got it, but it's the principle for people. If you don't tell someone that you have HIV, it gives like a damn, like you didn't help it. Now I'm basically kind of playing Russian roulette with my own life without knowing I'm playing that game. So you always tell what's going on with you sexually.
Okay.
With anything.
So if you know that somebody has it, and Majestic girl, we know the girl. You ready, baby?
Girl.
Is outing okay under any circumstances? And if so, what circumstances is outing okay?
Outing is never the choice. If I out somebody that has HIV, if they're doing nasty stuff and they're not telling nobody about it, you don't have to be like, oh, well, I'm telling everybody. If you're not, again, if you're not sexually active with them, you shouldn't be telling anybody. That's your preference. I know them and you're not telling me you have HIV, I'm gonna out you. It is what it is. You need to not do that. That's the only circumstances for me.
I'm gonna be very real, girl. Realistically speaking, I know, honey, a lot of these people I'm not checking for. I'm not gonna be in their business. So if somebody I know is infected and they're dating someone, I'm gonna automatically assume that if it's somebody I know, that they're going to be out there. I would hope, I would be in my mind, because I'm not messing with these people, and I know that's very ignorant, but I'm gonna hope in my mind, like, hey, baby, maybe this person is not, they're gonna tell them, right? Obviously, if they're gonna be out with somebody, dating somebody, or doing whatever the case they're doing, these people are gonna know, right? I'm just gonna assume. But if it became a situation where outing is acceptable or okay, it would probably be within the circumstance of, like, I know this person is fast. I know this person gets around. This person might be a little bit of a giver of, some things. And if I know that, if I can save somebody by saying, hey, bitch, this man right here is not what you want, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Put on the floor, I would do that. But As far as just outing somebody just because to be spiteful or negative, I don't think that that's right. I don't think that's something I would do. We're going to turn to her end of the couch.
As a few would know, I used to deal with someone that was HIV undetectable. Undetectable, not positive, undetectable. It's up in his system, but I can't get it, right? My story is kind of different from like the last statement I had made because he didn't tell me that he had it when like we first started talking. One day I'm on the forbidden app. I refuse to say it. Yeah.
We don't give that light over here.
Okay. I was reading someone for the gods, and I ended up bringing up, even though the person I was reading didn't have it, I was still saying it. I had ended up getting the call. Like, he's like, can you stop saying that? Mind you, I'm already like 15 seconds in love because love always prevails, right? So I'm just so like, I'm just already feeling him and stuff. And so, can you stop reading people about that stuff because I have it? Me, I'm just thinking he joking. Oh, boy, shut up. What like what you talking about? Like, come on, stop playing on me. Come to find out, he was actually telling the truth. Already in love with him, basically. I really didn't care. But it did make, with him being up in my life, well then, not now because I don't talk to him anymore, really open up my eyes to understanding the whole lifestyle of like living with HIV. I had ended up getting on PrEP. I was doing all the necessary precautions just to make sure nothing happens to me because God forbid I lay down with this man and he gave me something that I ain't come with. I'm not trying to do that, And then around December 2020, what was that, 2022, I think? Yeah, 2022. We had ended up falling out really, really bad. I felt like he was really trying to basically like play up in my face. I did let the anger get the best of me. I ended up exposing all of it all over social media. In the moment, and still till this day, I don't feel bad about doing it. Because I felt as though that I had a reason to do it. Like, it's not like it was unwarranted. No, it was warranted. I felt like he was trying to play up in my face and try to read me and do all of that. And no, you can't read me. Okay. I do the reading around here. That's not how that goes. It's not.
I'm big mama.
Like, come on, this is checkers, not chess. Come on, sit down. Siete there,
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay, because I'm scared.
So, up in an instance like that, I don't think outing is right. But I also don't think that is necessarily wrong. It depends on the situation. It depends on how you feel, because at the end of the day, don't let someone feel like your feelings isn't valid because of what they are going through or what they've been through. Yeah, just because a person may think like, oh no, you shouldn't know. I should. And you can't tell me how to react to someone. If I'm up in school and a bully punches me soft, it don't mean that I'm supposed to hit him the same or hit him less. I'm supposed to go above and beyond because my God has always taught me to overcome every obstacle. Okay, mountains will move. And I promise you that. My mama.
Okay.
Girl,
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. She's a good Christian. She is a good Christian. That lady. She's
the ex-Christian woman.
She is a Christian woman, but girl, she don't fool with the church, okay?
Okay.
We have been on this forbidden app and we do know a lot of things called morals, things that normal human people do not say. And I think it's just the gay community in general, because this is a big thing. Big reason why a lot of people are kind of afraid is, I'm not gonna lie, words do hurt. When you hear about these reads, I don't want to get the health reason. We know people, a lot of us on this couch have even spewed out a couple names, but they're on these two on that side of the couch, has spewed out a couple of reads in their daytime. So do y'all feel like that's right? Do y'all feel like that's acceptable? All bets are off in arguing?
All bets are off. I kind of keep it at a certain level until I feel like a person is saying certain things to hurt me. I can keep it at looks things, but then I feel like once a person stepped that certain threshold, it's like, okay, now you're trying to hurt me. I have to hurt you before you hurt me, because in this life, it's kill or be killed. And I won't be killed. Okay. I gotta kill.
If a bitch, like Majestic said, if a bitch step their boundaries with me, I don't let my grandparents, my parents disrespect me, so I'll be damned if I let any fag disrespect me. If a bitch go there, I'ma go there. I don't give a fuck if you're fat, you're not, you're skinny, you're not, because bitches don't give a fuck about my health or what I do. They don't give a fuck, so why the fuck should I watch my what they say about me? It's like a bitch slapping you and you deciding to slap them back or punch or knock their ass out. I'ma knock your ass out. Bitch, you hit me, I'ma hit you harder, period.
I'm a shady queen, but I have my limits because I'm very adamant on, like, girl, back in the day when I was on the forbidden app, when I was younger, like everybody else, I used to do the screaming, the reading, the kicking, and screaming, the whole nine. Girl, the moment I read this one girl, I'm gonna name drop her. Her name was Kiari. She had these two disgusting.
Oh, crackhead Colin.
Yeah, she had
I don't know what I be in this.
She had these two bumps on the bottom of her chin. They was like so huge. They never moved. They never it was horrible. I used to read her all the time. And one day after I read her so bad, girl, I woke up the next day and I had the same two disgusting bumps on my chin. I cried, and after that I was like, honey, I will literally never, ever. I don't care how angry I am. I don't care whatever. I may be shady. The most you're gonna get from me is a little shade, but honey, I'm never gonna read a bitch on anything, because that could easily very much well be me. But that's just how it is for me. I feel like if that experience would have never happened, I probably would have been just like the rest of y'all on this couch, girl, all bets is off. But
also, you do believe in, because I am a firm believer in you reap what you sow. And so it's like, especially if I feel like I done did too much, I kind of have like some time and like sit up in my solitude to repent, because I really be taking it to the deep parts of hell sometimes, like death reads, all that. So it's like I don't really want that to come back on me, but God knows my heart.
Because even DIVAA, if she says something that she feels like she did not really mean to say and it really eats at her, she'll call me and we'll talk about it. Just because you've done an action that you are not proud of, first of all, you should never have any regrets in your life because you did what you felt was right in the moment. Even if you feel like it wasn't right, you did it. So obviously you agreed in some way.
You learn from it and then you like move on and do better.
Like a lot of people feel like if I say something, if I do something, that's that. It's done. It's over. I have to live with that. I have to keep this thing going. But you really are in charge of your own life. If you don't want that on your mind, if it's heavy on your conscience, that means that something somewhere is not right and you know it. You can make anything right. Even if you can't physically go to those people and you can't say, hey baby, like let's talk about it. You can forgive yourself. You can do that work with yourself. Because automatically, anytime you let anybody get over on you to the point where you feel like you have to get up, you got to argue with them, you got to read them on any serious. When you argue with somebody, even if you're going light on them, you're still looking to hit something because they got you to that point to where you wanted to argue with them. So you're going to obviously look. You're not saying stupid things. You're not making up things. This isn't a kiki. You're genuinely trying to hurt these people. And I feel like when you try to do these things and you're looking in your mind to find things on these people's files and things, it's going to affect you because that's not who you are by nature. You know, I don't think anyone on this couch, despite what anybody says about all of us, nobody on this couch is a disingenuine individual. Everybody has their moments. Everybody has there's girls that say, I'm out to get their entire career. There's girls that say, these bitches over here is just like waiting. Don't say anything to these girls. They're going to save things. I have the closest relationship with both these women, and these hoes are so real. So real. Everybody's experience is not the same. That's one thing I'm going to say.
Exactly. I can hear you that.
Just because you hear something about somebody, and that's what I really want to push, especially with this disease situation. Just because you hear something about somebody, or just because something may seem a way, honey, does not mean that you know things. A lot of people like to come into these things so they want to feel a part of something, so they're gonna whack some of the sweetest people that just so happen to have these diseases. They're gonna attack these people, of course. But behind all those people, there's people like Majestic, people that's gonna literally go in there, and Majestic gonna stand up for a bitch regardless. It don't matter if you're a friend of hers, you doing something. If she sees something going on with somebody, she is a catty bitch. That bitch will make you think that she on your side, and she will work you because she is about the world. DIVAA DIVAA is the same way. So there's genuine people in this world. I don't want y'all to ever assume that it's okay or it's the thing to do to just try to hurt and maliciously attack these people unprovoked.
I hate bullies.
I
I used to be a bully, and that's just not that's not cute. Like,
and it comes back to you. It will, trust me. Any negative thing that you do intentionally, it will come back to you.
It will bite you in your ass.
Even if you shape like a broomstick, it'll still bite you.
A lot of people won't date somebody with that. I actually had a big crush on somebody that had a little bit of a disease.
What?
Yes, I had a crush on someone. He was a great guy. He was very drained. Before I would come around him, he would always be so down, and everybody just attacking him. Everybody wanted to utilize him, and he just wanted friends. And they would just kind of use him for money and the little friends that he did have. And eventually I ended up, like seeing him for who he really was, what people said about him or what people thought about him. That immediately changed really quickly. Don't think it still happened. I would. I feel like if I like the person, because I'm not an overly sexual individual. I feel like a lot of people think it's just sex. Like sex is the only thing that matters with their emotions. And that's not me. Would you in your case date again?
I would have to see. With my first situation of dealing with someone with HIV undetectable, I was already in. The only way you could split us up is if something happened. But at this moment in life right now, no. Even though the precautions and stuff, condoms, prep, all that stuff, it just took a toll on me because I was really scared.
Would you have at the time dated this person had you known prior?
I don't think so. Before I got that phone call, I was reading bitches black and blue for having HIV. Yeah. And then boom. You see how karma works fast? It gave it to the person that like I was close to at that moment. It didn't even give it to him. He already had it. He just opened the door.
He just opened it. Yeah.
Opened your eyes to say, like, honey, it don't got a face to it.
Exactly.
That's a beautiful face.
Okay.
And big face. Yes, I would. If I was talking to somebody, they would have to tell me. I would have to find out later on. In the beginning, I would side eye. Again, I'm not educated on it, so I really don't know how it works. If I'm talking to somebody and they just tell me off the rip, or I knew before, I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna be like, hesitant. Like, should I? But if we're talking, I really enjoy this person, I really like this person, or somebody I'm talking to, I found out they recently had, I would make them want to educate if we did do it. Like, what would we do?
That was how I was kind of like, because I honestly, at the time when I first started kind of liking this individual, I felt bad. I was like, what the fuck, like, bitch, am I really like broken? What the fuck, why do I, individual, like, if I was to date this person, I was so scared of like the stigma of like, oh my God, you're gonna get this, oh my God, you're gonna get that, you're gonna get that. So when I ended up like talking about it with Majestic and stuff, going into that with that mindset of, Oh, cause she Majestic, she clocks everything. She was like, you like all day, y'all day, y'all day, y'all day. She wanted us today so bad, so we could all be like this little group that just
Girl.
girl. Several sessions of just learning, and I ended up doing. You can share, you can do everything as long as it's semen blood. Spit is fine. I don't know why you would spit, but
one time I was watching this video and they was fighting, and this man was like, the man that was getting beat up had blood everywhere.
Oh, I did see
Right.
that.
And so the man started screaming, and I got HIV. Blah, 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 blah. That's not how HIV works. If you start bleeding out, person can't get it. Once blood touches oxygen, it becomes useless. You have to actually be contact, like physical, like penis to coochie, penis to butt, whatever the case may be. That's how you get it. Don't think that a person can bleed out into a bottle and throw it up in your face and
then you're like
now you got it.
disintegrating.
I really always, oh my God, honey, you bleed, you touch your skin, girl, you open.
Yeah, like you need a hazmat suit. Like,
Hell no.
I mean, unless you a blood sucking vampire, honey, you good.
Okay, and girl, shut. No vampire want to suck on that venomous blood. I'm just playing.
oh my god.
I have been told it's not called. Okay, so in Pose and in here, around here, we call them gift givers. This is the reason why I somewhat believe outing is acceptable. Baby, if you got it and you one of those people where you hurt people, and you sit there and you say, oh, since I got it, everybody gonna get it. If I ever catch one of y'all hoes in the street, bitch, y'all dying. I don't care. We don't in this world, because it's one thing you did what you did, and yes, like you got it. Hey, you know, but to then go and try to make everybody else get it, and everybody else, these vulnerable, innocent youth hooking up with you people and all this stuff, for y'all to just happily contaminate these people, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's sick. That should be taken more serious. People don't think that's serious. People think that's like a joke, especially on Twitter. That's literally a crime. I feel like bitches like that should be lynched. Let's bring back the death penalty, you know? Like, that's as bad as murdering somebody or raping somebody. Like, that's
Okay.
as bad as that. Like, that literally should be, like, that's like the top 3 for me. Like, you giving somebody something that they don't know, most likely they don't want. Like, I mean, I don't think anybody wants that.
Like it's a sport.
And they would try to put the blame on themselves, like, how could I? But it's like, how would you know?
People that willingly know that they have it and willingly pass it out needs to be stoned. We all need to like tie them up on like a building or something and go out to Home Depot and get a bucket full of rocks and stone them to death. It's one thing to kind of play devil's advocate with that statement that I just said, because there are some people out here that are mentally fucked up because they like it was given to them, and so they feel like, damn, if nobody gave a fuck about giving it to me, blah blah blah. But you need a psychiatrist, a therapist, something.
Absolutely.
You don't go out and give it to other people because it was given to you. This is no gift wrap. This is no present. Just because you went somewhere and left for something that you ain't go with, doesn't mean that you should go to somebody's house and give them something that they didn't open up the door with. Don't willingly pass out something. It's so disgusting. Let people know your status. You know it. If you're undetectable or detectable, which if you're detectable, please take your medicine. That is crazy to not take your medicine and still willingly go around and tell people that you're detectable. You have a viral load inside your system. It's not killing people now. HIV isn't killing AIDS is. And it got to take a long time for AIDS to actually occur in your system. And you have to be a dirty motherfucker.
And there is like a hot seat for you waiting here.
Okay.
Girl, that seat is hot, bitch. I mean, hot.
Don't have any respect for people that, in general, genuinely have that mindset of, I'm hurt, I want to hurt everybody. Because you cannot control how you feel, but you can control exactly what you do. I have had everything happen to me. Okay, well, not.
Right, hello, clear it up.
Hey, I have had just about gagged by people I trusted. Honey, I will never do that to anybody else. What I learned is there are so many people that have been in the same place I have been in after me. Girl, the best thing that I ever needed was a person to be there for me.
Yes.
And that is what you need to be. You need to be that person that you wish you had. Life is meant to be shared. Experiences are meant to be learned from. For you to sit there and do that and make the problem worse, you're just as bad, and you actually are becoming the people that you are trying to run from. The people that you are hurt by, you are those people now. That invalidates everything, and I do literally mean everything that you feel. It completely invalidates it. That's why a lot of people tell y'all not to do these things, not to respond, not to react, because the minute you do, any way that you feel is completely out the window. It doesn't matter anymore, because guess what? You did what you did.
I'm gonna throw up thinking about it. To you gift givers out there, fuck y'all. To you gift receivers, I'm so sorry it happened to you, but please don't become a gift giver. Back then, it wouldn't even be accepted, but nowadays it's so many people with it that your manager could be an undetectable person, your grandmother. People really just don't give a fuck. But just because it was given to you in a horrible way or however you might have received it, don't give that gift out to anyone, because come on. That's unfair to the next person.
That's fun.
Thank y'all so much for being here, baby. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Girl.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
Subscribe.
We do have this little gag. I hope y'all excited to see at the end of this episode.
I know you gotta hear me say it 50 times throughout this podcast. I have to give each and every last one of you viewers, listeners, whoever, always remember, if there's a God, there's a way. And life is beautiful. No matter what obstacle may be thrown at you, you can overcome everything with faith. It's okay. Even if it's a financial problem, look problem, HIV, anything, you can overcome that obstacle just by being true to yourself. All of us are on borrowed time, but this time is still specifically yours. Don't try to copy out the next girl. Even though all of us can't be leaders, some of us have to follow, and it's okay. But if you're going to follow the right person. Me personally, and to my girls on this couch, we are leaders, and we are always going to lead the pack. No leader
Okay.
on every video.
I leave that to my text to them. Yes.